looking at what can one small city contribute to the sustainability revolution. Well, the challenge that I put to our consultants is to construct 3 different scenarios. The first is the 80% reduction in emissions by 2050. This is the California goal.
80% reduction
by,
is the
by
low,
2050.
Is the low goal.
The low goal.
Okay.
Now, to give you some context on that, we've already reduced 37%
Really?
since 1990.
Fantastic. What'd you do to do that?
We've done a series of programs like many cities have done. Efficiency programs through we have a municipal utility, so an active program on electricity, natural gas, water, wastewater, solid waste, and so forth to reduce resource use and improve efficiency and quality of life and improve economics for our residents and businesses. We've got a zero waste program. We're at about 80% diversion now. And so
congratulations on that.
Emissions from landfill are reduced as a result of that. The big item is that 2 years ago, our city council decided to purchase RECs, renewable energy credits, for all of our electricity emissions.
Got it.
And basically declared our electricity carbon neutral. Second scenario is 80% by 2030. Could we do the same level of reduction but do it faster?
Wow.
In essentially 15 years.
Yes.
Third scenario is what some people are calling the California moonshot. Could we make a city climate neutral in 10 years or less?
And then with the talent that you have in your community,
it's a pretty remarkable community.
What a great challenge to put in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's very highly educated. It's the second most educated community in the country. It's rather wealthy, as everybody knows. It's got crazy high housing prices. Is in the midst of a region, the San Francisco Bay region, which has the second worst traffic in the country.
Right.
Which is actually really relevant to the climate strategy. With electricity taken out of the mix, 61% of our remaining footprint is road travel. We have convened a region-wide conversation about mobility as a service. What we're proposing instead is let's look at a systemic solution across the entire region that links transit, buses and rail, shuttles, taxis, the Lyfts and Ubers and the transportation network companies, as we call them, of the world, the on-demand kind of things. Smart transportation options like dynamically redeployable shuttles that don't just go back and forth across town, but will respond to cell phone pings and vary their routes, and then bring all that together in a single app that provides you seamless plan, book, ride, pay, all with the focus of this, of answering the question, how can we make it more convenient for anyone, anywhere, at any time, to not have to get into a car and drive.
You're talking about innovation, and we think of businesses as being exceptionally innovative, especially in Palo Alto. Cities and government agencies, less so.
We think that.
What's your experience?
We've had an environmentally preferable purchasing policy. What the message was buy green where possible might be more expensive, so write a justification, explain what the cost is, justify the cost difference. Maybe you get permission to spend 5 or 10%
Been there,
more.
done that. Yeah,
we've all done that. It's been a lot of folks do this. What we've begun to do this year is say, what if we could flip that on its head, and first of all make green the norm, what I'm calling default to green. So the message is buy the green product, period. That's the normal thing you do. If that doesn't work, if that's not viable for you, for example, if it's an electric vehicle but you need more range than current electric vehicles have, by all means, write a justification. It's a different kind of justification, and we'll make the exception. In the case of paper products, we've had a buy recycled paper commitment for years. But if you go to our procurement system through one of the big corporate vendors, the first choice when you want to buy a box of paper is virgin, and the second choice is virgin. And the third choice is 30% recycled content, and the fourth choice is virgin, and the fifth choice is 100% recycled content. You go to the screen, and the first two on the screen are red, virgin, done.
Right.
I don't have time to mess with this, I buy that, I'm out of there.
Right.
We called the vendor and said, could you just reverse the order of those things on the web page? It's now 100% virgin, 100% recycled first, 30% recycled second. If you want to scroll down a little bit, you'll see the virgin paper. It's still there as an option.
Fantastic.
This is a very simple behavioral shift. Boom, that coupled with specifying remanufactured toner cartridges versus virgin is saving us $9,000 a year to get 100% recycled paper across the city. Better example is in the fleet. We looked at the compressed natural gas vehicles and said, look, we now have carbon neutral electricity, so EVs are cleaner than natural gas. But electric vehicles cost more, first cost, but they cost less to operate. Let's specify electric as the default in order to mash up the higher capital cost and the lower operating costs, which live in separate budgets in government.
Isn't that the
We have
case?
to
And most businesses too. There's a
So-
capital budget and an
And so,
operating budget.
and so if you're tasked to reduce spending, you reduce the capital cost. The operating cost is somebody else's problem.
Right.
So we said, let's lease the vehicles. We also can capture the tax credits
Those ITCs,
that a private
yeah.
vendor can capture. We can't, as a city buying a car, we don't get the federal tax credits.
Right.
Leasing from a private company, we do. Net's about $5,000 less per vehicle to go electric.
So you're going greener plus saving money.
Going greener, reducing emissions and saving money and reducing maintenance because it's just easier to maintain the car. So we're going to have labor savings that we haven't even calculated yet. We'll default to green. What's workable, what's needed, how do we do it the best possible way, and increasingly make that normal. So it doesn't take dedication, analysis, passion, and fervor. It's just the normal thing that happens is the greener thing. That's the goal.